So after a week of debate and whether the Union and the Red Bull are actually a rivalry, both teams would square off Saturday, and for the Union, certainly a lot to prove here. Sitting in first place, facing a team that they always want to win, and the Red Bull always seem to have our number, the Union would probably give us one of the best single-player performances as well as one of the best franchise performances ever. And here on DOOP by the River, we're going to discuss the Union versus the Red Bulls, and that's coming up next, my Duperos. Dale! Welcome everyone to DOOP by the River, the show where we follow everything Philadelphia Union with me, El Parcero Philly. And if this is your first time tuning into the show, or if you're returning back, I wanted to say thank you for tuning in. And if you could, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for those notifications to know when the next DOOP by the River will be. And that's right, the Union would face off against their most hated rival Saturday night at Talent Energy against the New York Red Bull. It was a highly touted matchup all throughout the MLS, with the debate whether these two teams are actually a rivalry. And for the Union, it was time to put up and shut up. This matchup would start off on fire. In the pregame tailgate, my Sons of Ben threw one of the biggest bonfires Philadelphia has ever seen. And if you haven't checked it out, head over to all the Sons of Ben outlets of social media, check out the video. But that was absolutely spectacular. We got to start off with this preview, giving props to my SOBs. And Jim Kirchner would stick to the 4-4-2 diamond, like I called in the preview match. So the starting line for the Philadelphia Union would go as so. In goal, we saw Andre Blake get another start here. And for me, it was a little bit of a surprise. I figured he would stay on with Jamaica as they are in preparation for the Gold Cup. And from what I gathered with my sources, Andre wasn't going to be part of this team come Saturday night. But thank God we did have him. Never going to complain seeing Andre Blake between the pipes. And he would start off a little sluggish. He would start off with a first half to forget, especially on that second goal. He had a little bit of indecision, which led to the Red Bull's second goal. In the second half, he had some crucial saves that kept us in this match. And overall, a good match for Andre Blake, who is now heading over with Jamaica in preparation for the Gold Cup. Now starting in our back line, starting left to right, Kai Wagner, Austin Trusty, Jack Elliott, and Ray Gaddis. Again, the back four will start off slow again. They'll pick it up in the second half, and especially Jack Elliott and Austin Trusty had spectacular second halves and were huge for us. In the midfield, starting from left to right, we saw Jamiro Monteiro in the sixth role, Harrison Dunian. At the right shuttle midfielder, our captain Alejandro Bedoya. And at the tip of the diamond, Brandon Aronson. The same four that we've continuously seen over the past couple weeks, and the same four that I mentioned as well in the preview. Now, Jamiro Monteiro would have a big game here, as he even got a goal in this match, and his turning up in the second half was definitely one of the factors of us winning here. Brandon Aronson again would receive a lot of pressure in this match, would be subbed off in the second by El Cino, which would change this match for the better. And up top, we saw Kasper Shabilko and Sergio Santos Gomes, the two that I mentioned that needed to start in this match. Sergio had the first best chance in this match, when a little chip early on in the first half that, in my opinion, got a little touch from Robles. Constantly would be on the attacking threat throughout this match. He would get subbed in the second half for Fafa Pico, and for Fafa would get back on the pitch after a quad flexor. This match would not start in the Union's favor whatsoever. First off, the pitch looked absolutely terrible. There was a big rugby tournament over the last week, and it absolutely destroyed our pitch. You even still saw some of the paint work on the pitch from the rugby tournament. Definitely have to call a Talent Energy stadium crew on this. It definitely made it difficult for both teams to actually operate out there. And the Red Bulls early on would take advantage of some of our mistakes. Like I mentioned in the preview video, this team just likes to exploit weaknesses. And the Red Bulls would get the goal scoring started in the 29th minute. Duncan found a Kaku who was streaking down the center of the pitch, which then shot a low shot to the far left that was out of reach for Andre Blake to put the Red Bull up 1-0. And the Union defense on that first goal definitely was too laid back, which allowed Kaku the opportunity. Near the end of the first half, the Red Bulls would attack again and take advantage of an uncharacteristic mistake from Andre Blake, and Brian White would be able to chip in the ball to put the Red Bull up 2-0 at halftime. And at half, everything seemed lost. Union faithful were losing faith, and Red Bull Nation had this win in the bag. But I, however, had faith in my guys. And Jim Kirchner, like all season long, made the second half adjustments to get his club back in this match. And that all started when in the 53rd minute, Elsinho came in for Brandon Aronson and the match would change. This would become the Elsinho show. Shortly after being subbed on, we saw the spark in attack as the Red Bull could not contain the Brazilian freak. And in the 60th minute, a streaking Elsinho down the flank make a couple defenders miss and would be able to find Jamiro Monteiro inside the box, which Monteiro would put that shot on the far left out of the reach of Robles, cut the Red Bull lead to 1. Shortly after that, Elsinho would continue working on this Red Bull back line, and his sole effort would lead to the second goal that would tie this match up. And at this point, the momentum was completely back on the Union side, and the Red Bull had absolutely nothing to do. Fast forward 9 minutes later, Alejandro Bedoya, our captain, would draw a handball inside the box, giving the Union a penalty kick. Jamiro Monteiro, however, would miss, but who else but Elsinho was there to put the ball back in the net to put the Union up 3-2. And at this point, talent energy erupted. The Red Bull would do everything they possibly could to get the score back drawn up, but our back line and Andre Blake kept us in this match and kept the lead and kept the win for the Philadelphia Union. Final score, 3-2 Philadelphia Union. And guys, what an absolute result right here. We are heading into the Gold Cup break here. Just beat our hated rival, and after a week of talking from all the Red Bull fans, oh, Philly isn't our rival. Wait in line, Philly. Philly Indifference Week. The Philadelphia Union gave all of Philadelphia something to cheer about. And this, mi gente, was absolutely the best Union performance we've ever seen in our 10-year history. Absolutely. We went from being down 2-0 against our most hated rival, a team that everyone thinks own us. We came back in the second half strong, and we put up 3 goals to win this match. And Elsinho, this was the best single-player performance in Union history as well. The man had an assist and 2 goals. He had something to do with each goal that we had in this match. He looked possessed, and he's going to continue to get the praise all throughout this break, and hats off to him. And when we look at the stat line, unlike last week, we were the more dominant team in this aspect. We had 17 shots with 7 of them on target, and we had 59% of possession, while the Red Bull only had 8 shots with 4 of them on target and 41% possession. The Red Bulls certainly took advantage of the small opportunities they had with those 2 goals, but the Union showed us in this match they were relentless, and is the big factor, the reason why they're walking away with 3 points, and that energy drink team from North Jersey took that drive up 295, sadder than a cat with no milk. And when we look at the standing, who else in first place but the Philadelphia Union, sitting comfortably atop with 31 points. The next team is Montreal Impact, who are 4 points behind us with 27 points. DC United are tied with Montreal with 27 points as well. Atlanta United is sitting in 4th with 26 points. The Red Bull dropped 3 points against us, so they stayed with 24 points and are now sitting in 5th. Right behind them is their New York rivals, NYCFC, sitting there with 23 points in 6th. And in 7th, that last spot, TFC, sitting comfortably near the bottom of the playoff picture of the Eastern Conference. I'm going to continue being ecstatic about this match until our US Open Cup match against DC, and this is truly and honestly the happiest I've been with the Union all season long. I've been one of the more positive fans in our fan base as well. But guys, we're heading up to the Gold Cup break. So for me, it's going to be all about Colombia, even though here in North America, we're focusing on Gold Cup. Stay tuned, si hablas español, to my Colombian soccer show, Bisele, where I'll be covering Colombia all throughout Copa America. But on Tuesday, June 18th, if you are a Union fan, if you are American, please head out to Yards Brewery for the Union Soccer Podcast. Live at Yards, Sean Brace and Joe Tanzi will be there with our coach Jim Kirchin. Sons of Ben will be there as well. It's going to be a great time, so definitely come out. I will certainly be there. But guys, in the comments below, let me know how you guys feel after this incredible win, and how do you feel going into this break? Let me know in the comments below. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell button for those notifications to help me grow soccer here in Philadelphia. But as always, my Dooperos, Doop all.